Now the other thing we're going to do here is we're going to be adding some measurements now. Our measurements are only going to apply to the full length of the watered area, and we're going to be full width of it there. Now there's a couple of ways we can do this. First of all, it's done in our annotations mode. When you select on the annotation here, we can actually select our dimensions. Now there's a few different ways of using these dimensions. For this at the moment, I'm going to do this angled one, and I wanted to show you that one for a reason, and then we're actually going to be using this one, which is the linear one, for our settings. And when we select our dimension, it will draw it on the angle in which we are drawing this measurement. So when we click here and drag it out, you'll notice the angle is there, and it measures the exact distance between point A and point B. We're going to just click it there and leave it there, but I want you to notice here there's no measurement. But there is, it's just so small you can't see it. So there it is there, but it's too small for this particular job. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you how to change these. So when we select on it and we come to this particular bar here, see this little arrow, what it allows us is to change the overall dimension style. And for again this exercise we're going to use our standard one. We're not going to make up a new one because we don't need to, and this allows us to adjust or modify all the different measurements inside our annotations here. As you can see, there's a lot of different adjustments you can use. We're just going to focus on the common ones that we need for this particular job only. Again, I'm not going to change the lines. What I might do is look at the arrows. There are arrows on the end of each one of these, and they're a bit small. So see, it says arrow style or size. I'm going to take that up. I want to take it up to about 2. And when I'm looking at 2, when you look at scaling, that is actually 2 meters big. As you can see, it looks pretty big. But don't worry, it's all going to work out in the end. When I'm going to look at my text, we're going to look at it centered, but it's actually too small again. Now I'm going to take that up a little bit bigger so you can actually see it, and I'm going to take that up to a little bit over 1 meter, or 1. And the other thing I'm going to do is use this one here. At the moment you can see it sort of sits onto the side. I want this text to go along the line that we're currently using. So when you do a line with dimension line, it will place it along the dimension line. And the last thing I'm going to be doing is my units, because as you can see, it gives you to 4 decimal points. So when we do alternate units, primary units here, and our precision needs to be to 2 decimal points. Okay, as you can see, 4.04, and at the moment that's all I'm going to do. My suggestion is play around with these. You can actually see them done and adjust them to suit your particular needs. And when I go OK and we go close, you'll notice here that our units change. You can see bigger arrows and you can actually see the measurements. Now that we've changed it, I'm going to just delete that. Okay, and I'm going to add the new measurements in, but as you can see they're all white. Oh no, I'll just add them here. So dimensions, and this time we're going to do our linear units. Now what I'm going to do with this one is click on the highest point, I'm going to click on the lowest point over here, and when you drag out, you'll notice that it drags out as the width of those 2 points, not the distance between those 2 points. Okay, that will apply it. And now I'm going to do the same thing with the overall dimensions here, but again, the highest point there and the highest point over here. Now what we probably should be using is the snap to tool, because we do want it to actually be more accurate, but for this it's a pond and it's, you know, water, so it's going to flow different ways. We're just going to do an estimate. Again, we pull it down, we can see it's 93.91. That looks pretty good. Now these text here have been put on layer 0 because we didn't modify it. I'm going to put it on its own layer, which is in our notes layer here. So when we click on our layers, and we're going to put it on notes. Now remember, that's a deep green, so they're going to disappear, but when we print it, we can actually see the green where we can't see the white. Okay, and that's it. So what we've put in is we've put in our watered area here, where it's actually going to be sort of building up, and we've put an overall or an estimate of measurements on how wide it is and how long it is. Now, at the moment, we're going to leave it at there, and when we come back, I'm going to be going through the editing and putting in the viewpoints.